Finally, we can continue with our videos. As you can hear, my voice is way better. I got over my cold, so I can talk again now and present you with a few new things. So, today we're going to take a look at GINGE. What is GINGE? GINGE is an awesome application by notaz, which enables you to run GP2X and WIZ games directly on your Pandora. There are a lot of cool homebrew games available for the GP2X and WIZ as well. As you can see here, we're starting with some of Rockman's classics like Animatch, which is a puzzle game. Then there's also a Blingo, which is a bingo game. Quite fun to play if you're on the go, because you have to be quick to find out those numbers. And finally, there's one of my favorite Pac-Man clones. There's Rockman. Rockman, as said, is also by Rockman, and what's cool about his games is that they're presented so well that even simple games like Pac-Man are really fun, with a lot of levels, cool graphics and a good sound. So hopefully he will also have Pandora soon, and then we'll port us or will code us some games for that one too, because the GP2X one are really playable, as you can see here. Well, let's see, what other games do we have? Here's another game for the GP2X, which is a remake of a classic, Night Lore. And here's another classic game, that's Electron. That was one of the cool puzzle games. Too bad it never got ported to the WIZ, and I haven't heard of the developer long since the GP2X days. So I think he quit the scene, which is a shame because his games are really good. And so here's another game for the WIZ actually, that's Monster 2. Monster 2 is a role-playing game similar to the Final Fantasy series, done by one guy, and it really has a cool flair if you like the old classic Final Fantasy series. Then we've got Mr. Driller 2X, which is a, well, driller game. You have to drill down as good as possible without having those blocks squashing you. Ouch, that must have hurt. But you can also play commercial games from the GP2X on your Pandora with that. Here, for example, is Wind and Water Puzzle Battles, the full commercial version, and really running well. Then there's Fire Whip, which is a game similar to Castlevania. Just has been released for the last GP32 Spain competition. And same with Zombie Sorbet, another WIZ game. Which is a game where you have to be really fast. This is the first stage, which is very easy, but it gets harder and faster in later stages. Then there's Max Ghost Pigs, a real classic for the GP2X. A Picross game with, I think, about 80 or 90 levels or even more. So if you're bored and you have a lot of time, then just play through all the levels. Now there's Bubble Train, which has been an entry in the GP2X competition. You know, the competitions that Craig always held. This was the first one for the GP2X. Now here's a fun one, similar to Defender, but you have to be careful to not kill the cows yourself. That's Cow Suckers, where you have to be careful to not be catched by the aliens yourself, and you have to shoot the aliens down before they catch your cows, and don't drive over your cows yourself. Then here's Lady Killer, also one of those cool games from Puck 2099. It's a remake of the arcade machine, and that's a lot of fun to play. Speaking of remakes for arcade machines, here's a remake of Road Fighter for the GP2X. A really fast-paced game. And there's Retro Rivals, another puzzle game. Also very well presented. So you can play a lot of cool GP2X and WIZ homebrew games on the Pandora. So the final one is a small highlight. You might remember GTA, and you might know that there's a GTA remake for the... well, I wouldn't say it's a remake, it's a similar game, but I think it's better than the first GTA. It had cool graphics on the GP2X, and that's Payback. It still has cool graphics here, and with the D-pad it's much more playable than with a stick. I always had problems to drive the cars, but that works fine here. So yeah, even the commercial version of Payback runs very well here, which is great fun. I love to see a Pandora version of that, but I don't know if that will happen. The GP2X version, it costs a lot of money, but it's cool and you can play it on your Pandora. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video with GINGE. Of course, there are a lot of more GP2X and WIZ games you can play on the Pandora. This was just a quick browse through one of those games that I remembered. There's another NASCAR Dreams and NASCAR Spheres, which were also great, so they should also work. But that's it for today. See you tomorrow. Have a good time.
Now obliterate the targets. Okay, now obliterate the targets.